Hi, Christopher. This is Taryn Dale of lawfirmmarketingbadass.com, and I want to say thank you for your question. Your question is, how do I get more high net worth clients? Now, the first step in getting more high net worth clients is actually creating a client profile, which I call in this case an ideal client profile. So we're just going to dive in and explain exactly what that is about. The ideal client profile, what you're doing here is describing the client that you want to get. In this case, the high net worth client. You have to build a foundation of what exactly that client looks like and where exactly that client resides, where they participate, who do they hang out with, where do they search online, and so forth. So we're just going to describe that, and you want to get a blank sheet of paper and just answer some of these questions to build that profile. And I'm going to explain later on exactly how you use that profile to target the right individuals to give you a call and come into your practice and get more of those type of clients. So the first thing you're going to look at is the geography. Where do they actually live? You're going to look at their age. Do they have children, and how many children do they have? Their income level. Do they own or rent their own home? Their marital status. What organizations do they belong to? Association, clubs, nonprofits. What are their favorite charities? What do they do for a living? What companies do they work for? What magazines do they subscribe to? What publications do they read? What kind of car do they drive? Do they have more than one car? What radio stations do they listen to? What TV station shows do they watch? Where would they most likely to hear about your product or services? What social activities do they participate in on a regular basis? How do they decide where to purchase your product or services? What makes the buying decision for them? What products and services do they purchase? What business do they patronize? What mailing lists would they be on? So, when in regards to mailing lists, what magazines, it all goes back to magazines, newspapers, they would actually subscribe to and read on a regular basis. These type of questions that you see here actually gives you a breakdown exactly where your target market resides. What do they listen to? What do they read? This gives you the opportunity to go over those specific areas. Now, if you're online, how to use this information? Great question. So how to use this information if you're online is that you're going to take this particular information and you're going to go to use it on such places as Facebook. You can use it on Google, you can use it on Yahoo, and you can use it on Bing. Now, let's take Facebook for instance. If you're in Facebook, you can use this information to get the right to build up your campaign by the interests, the income level, where they live, marital status. Now you're targeting the right individuals. You can put in what car do they drive, are they married? Are they divorced? All these type of things, these questions that you're asking, is going to drive you into getting the right uh, high net worth client. Now, the next step by asking these particular questions and building this out is making sure that your marketing message is delivered at the right time, at the right place, and you have the right message in front of them. You have to connect with them during the conversation they're having in their mind. If someone visits your site, you're making sure that the message that you match that you have matches what they're talking about in their mind, and making sure that your solution, your services, and making sure that you provide the right services for whatever they're going through. Now, when I'm going through attorney sites and different law firm sites, the majority of things that I've seen that I see that's done incorrectly is they're all cookie cutter sites. They don't match the message what they're trying to portray. Everyone is saying the same thing. By just doing this first, just by looking at this first and building this out, you'll be ahead of the game. 99% of the attorneys and law firms out here are not doing it this way. I'm sure when you're doing a case or certain cases, certain lawyers, they do build a profile of the individual that they're going to defend, and they're looking at everything, to all aspects. And this is what you're going to do here. You're going to look at everything, and you're going to target the right areas. Going broad gives you the best opportunity to be everywhere where your client, the high net worth client, is. And this is the best way how to do that. If you have any other questions, please feel free to shoot me an email or just send another question on the board. Thank you so much.